Hi guys, in this video I'm gonna go over new features in the app version 2.4.1. It's a release that doesn't have any major feature, but it has a lot of smaller ones, so I'll try to be quick, going over them. So first and foremost, as you can see, we've redesigned the app, making it consistent with our new style with goodcryptoX, right? So now the centralized exchange interface and general interface kind of much closer resembles the DEX interface, so to say, right? So this is the prices, you can see this is the centralized exchange trading screen, the bots. So basically all the screens, right? That's what we get everywhere. We do hope you like it. So that's feature number one, so to say. It kind of took us quite some time to do that. Second thing is that we now support tracking a lot more networks. We finally support here, as you can see, these are the 6 new wallets that we support tracking on. Finally, we do support, the tracking wallets on the networks that we already have index trading. So you can now track Solana wallets, Base wallets, or Arbitrum wallets, and also you can track Polygon, Optimism, and Avalanche wallets. I know that a lot of you were waiting for it. Finally, that's live. Another thing that we got is now we have this thing here. It's the in-app notification system. Basically, that's an opportunity for us to deliver targeted messages to either all of you or only if some event concerns you. For example, you'll see here things like new feature release, or if we have some problems, like, I don't know, we have maintenance, or if we found some bug that actually concerns you, or for example, I don't know, some other service things, like, I don't know, if your Hyperliquid API wallet is expiring soon, you also get notification here. So this is something that we've just added, and we'll be working on making it useful for you. So just make sure that if you see here some red color, that would mean that something worth reading appeared here, right? Another thing that we added, these are kind of general app features that I'm going over now, right, before we dive deeper into particular functionality. So now, if you use our DEX trading and you are getting a lot of scam tokens sent to your wallet, now you can actually help us sniff them out. So basically, for example, in transfers, if you see here, these are the scam wallets scam tokens that I'm receiving. So now you can open it. So first, we've added actually here the contract address for those tokens, so you can check what that is right from the transfer window. But also, you now see this report scam button, right? So you just click it, and we get the signal, right? So once enough people click on a certain token, we'll take action, and basically we'll make sure that it doesn't bother you again. It's not an ideal system, but it's quite an improvement from what we have now. So the more we work on it, the faster we'll weed out all the bad actors, and you'll have here, and your quality of life will improve. So in addition to doing that from transfers, you can actually go into your wallet, and if you find here, you can see here that I have 52 hidden tokens. Most of these, or if not all of them, are scam. So you can also go here. Actually, I don't know if we had it. I think we also added here an ability to copy the contract address right from here, but also you can report scam from here as well, right? Okay, so that's another thing that we added. Kind of in a similar vein, now if you go into orders, whether on DEX, on SEC, or on centralized exchange, and if you have some problems with the order or you want to ask a question about it, now we've added an ability to copy the it's called report, but actually what this button does is it copies info of the order info into the buffer, so that you can easily send us the the necessary info, so we won't bother you with asking what's this order, which exchange and whatnot. So you just do this, copies the service info about this order, and you can send it straight to us, and we'll speed up the communication regarding any troubles or issues you may have. And that also works in centralized exchanges. So we have here an order, and also we have this flag. So basically it does the same. It copies the order info here. Okay. One more thing, like a general release thing, is now if you do refer your friends, and they use your link to join our app, to make sure that the referral link actually works. Their app, like, it should work in 99% of the time, but if something goes wrong, or if it's just easier to share not the link but the referral code, so your referrals, your friends can go into referrals, and now you have this join tab, and they just enter the referral code here, and they can actually make sure that they become your referral, right? So the code that you enter is this one, right? So this is the referral code that is at the end of the referral link. Basically, that's the one that your referrals need to enter here to make sure that the referral relationship is registered in the system, right? Okay, the next let's go to actually some new features, like real features actually. So first, on DEX trading, we've added reverse trailing stops. That's something that I've had. I think that's the last order type that we've had on centralized exchanges that we didn't have on DEXs. Now we have it. So now, in addition to normal or regular trailing orders or classic trailing orders, right, you have the reverse ones, same as with sexes. So what does it mean? So we have here, say we're looking at Solana, it's a trailing order, right? And you can see here now we have this switch here between classic and reverse. So classic mode, basically, that's your trailing orders that so basically the ones, so if you have a 10% trailing, so basically it means you're trying to buy SOL as cheap as you can. So whenever SOL price will fall, it will the trigger will follow it, right? And when it stops falling, starts rising, it will basically work. So maybe let's switch from 10 to 1%, so you can see here. So it stays 1% above the price, right? But if we are buying, if we were selling, it would stay below the price, right? So this is the classic mode, and the reverse is the reverse actually, right? So instead of following when they're trying to buy Solana, and instead of following the trigger price, the price above it, it will fall actually below. So now if the price will rise, it will rise with it. If it falls, it will stay in one place. So why would you need it? If you don't know, probably you don't, right? That's actually how it usually works. It's a kind of for most purposes you want to use the classic mode, right? Because it's basically, that's where you're trying to buy as cheap as possible and sell as high as possible. But for particular scenarios, like when you're trying to sell the pump, or basically, that's something that you would actually need it. So here, if you click it, you can see here, right? So the classic trails above the price if it buys, and sell, and trails below the price if you want to sell, and it's the vice versa in reverse, right? If you want more details, you can go here into centralized exchanges. You can see here, right? Actually, here it's buy the dip or sell the pumps, right? So basically, it will buy after it stops rising and starts falling, right? So if you let's say when Bitcoin price goes up, and you don't want to, you want only to buy it after, say, it falls like by 30%. That's what you do, right? You want to buy Solana if it falls like by 50%, right? So we go 50%. For if classic mode, it will actually buy when Solana rises by 50%. But if you switch it to reverse, it's actually here. So whenever Solana dips by 50%, it will buy it. If it rises, it will rise it. So if it dips from 83, if it dips to 40, it will buy it. If it rises to 180, and then it needs to dip to 90, and it will buy it. So it will go up here. So that's kind of the buy the dip, right? And the sell, it's sell the pump. It's the it's kind of the reverse logic of it. Okay, so this is anyway. So the reverse trailing stops are now here, and you can see here it's an elegant solution. You just switch it here, and you can see how the trigger actually moves. Okay, so enough of that. There is another thing that we added to trailing functionality, both for decentralized and centralized exchanges. I'll actually now use decentralized exchanges to illustrate it. We now show you in your executed orders your price improvement, so to say, or the lack thereof after you use trailing orders. So let's say you had a trailing order which actually executed, and you go into it. Now we have this new field. It's called price improvement. Basically, it compares the price, the market price at the time you sent or opened the trailing order, or when the trailing order started trailing, right, with the actual price the order executed at. So basically, you can now see that if I just sent a market order and trade instead of trailing here, I would actually got a better price. My price improvement was negative in this case. Hopefully that shouldn't be the case for most of the trailing orders, but anyway, so if your trailing actually improves your entry or exit price, you'll see it here. This number will be positive. Negative means you'll actually be better off sending a market order and buying or selling right away instead of using the trailing order. Okay, so that's, again, this number is present both on centralized exchanges and decentralized on your closed trailing orders. Okay. Next set of features is related to this DCA bots. Again, both the same features are here, both for centralized and decentralized exchanges. So first and foremost, we are releasing true cost mode with DCA bots, both centralized and decentralized exchanges. I won't be diving into details here because we actually released a separate video, actually two separate videos. So first, we now have, or before the app 2.4.1, we had so-called partial cost mode in DCA bots right here. Now we have this fixed mode, cost mode. So we had so-called partial cost mode. Now we have a full cost mode. So we have two separate videos. which look at it very much in detail. One compares or explains the difference between size and cost mode, and there is a separate video that actually explains the difference between the partial cost mode that we've had in the app before this release and the true cost mode that we offer going forward. Yeah, here is the link to the latter one. If you've been using DCAs with us in cost mode, I highly recommend you watch it. Two more things that we are adding to DCAs, again, both centralized and decentralized exchanges, and the features which were, I think, like very, very much in demand. Right, let's see if we have so here. So two things. One, we can now finally fix averaging orders that resulted in errors. You can now see here have 5 executed averaging orders and 1 which resulted in error. I can actually now fix it, right? I can go here, you can see this order. If I can now here have the retry button. If it's an error state, so if I click retry, it will be actually placed at the same level, the original level, right? So we just confirm here retry, it will place it at its original level. Moreover, if I have like several, sometimes the price falls very fast, and several average orders result in error, or you run out of funds, or you run out of funds for gas. Anyway, so if you have like not one error but several average orders in error, you can now just see here there is this fix failed button, and this one, it will retry all averaging orders which are in error store. So all failed averaging orders, we just click one button and they will be placed in the original levels. Like if they will rate, some of them, depending on where the price is, some of them might execute right away. The others will wait for the price to reach them, right? So again, this works both on decentralized exchanges and on centralized. On centralized exchanges, actually, I'm not sure if I have it. So yeah, actually, I don't have any bots with failed averaging orders. But if there are errors, so there will be a button here, the fix fail button, the button that will retry all your failed averaging orders. It will appear here. It will be bright green, so you won't miss it. And the same way, if you will have here one averaging order which is an error, you can kind of go inside that, and you'll have the button, the retry button here again, going to be bright green. It will only appear if there are actually failed averaging orders, so you'll be able to do that. Okay, so that's the ability to retry averaging orders, failed averaging orders in DCA bots, once again, both in centralized and decentralized exchanges. And another feature highly expected and highly requested for centralized exchange, or for DCA bots, again, both on centralized and decentralized exchanges, is the ability to close the position of the bots, which actually, let's see, for example, here I have a bot that closed, but it wasn't able to close the position, or let's say I didn't have this close position on at that moment, right? So anyway, so I have a bot. Sorry, this one is cancelled. Actually, yeah, I have it. So if I have a bot which is stopped or is failed, is an error state. Anyway, so the bot is not running anymore, right? But you can see that it still has an open position for whatever reason. Again, whether it wasn't able to close it, or it just didn't even try because it didn't have this on. Anyway, so now you can see this close position button, which is usually not active for the bots which are stopped. Actually, it's now up. You can actually click it. So you can see here the bot will attempt to close its position at market. So you just confirm it, and it will actually try to close position. It might result in error once again, because I don't know if there was a legitimate error, it wasn't able to close it first time, it won't be able to close it again. But if something changed, again, for example, I don't know, the exchange was unavailable at the time, or you didn't have, if it's a decentralized exchange, you didn't have enough fees to pay, enough funds to pay the gas fee, then you will retry, you'll retry it. But moreover, it won't just close your position, it will actually recalculate the P&L, right? So wherever P&L will be realized after the position is closed, it will update it here, right? So this is something that is, I think, if you are trading with us with DCA bots, you will appreciate it, right? So yeah, so this is the close position of inactive DCA bots, and again, you can do it here in on centralized exchanges and on decentralized as well. Let's see. If I had, these are all my active DCA. You can see I have quite a few of them. Okay, these are the closed ones. Let's see. Here, this one. You see, I had insufficient funds, or for whatever reason I did have. So I still have the position. Well, the bot is not running. So you see here now the close position button is actually still active, right? Again, I click it. The bot will attempt to close this position at market. If I do that, it will try to close it once again, and also it will recalculate this P&L, right? So just make sure that you understand that it will send the market order. So wherever the market price is, that you can now see here is actually I will earn some P&L, right, on that position if I close it, but it also can be negative, right? Then maybe it's up to you whether you want to close it here at market, or you want to send a separate order, like a limit or a trailing order. But anyway, so if you are okay with closing it at market and you want to make sure that the P&L is recalculated or taken into account, yeah, use this close position here. Okay, so these are the new features that we're bringing to DCA bots. The next feature is our take on loan requested custom templates for orders and bots for most often used templates, basically, right? For now, it's only available on decentralized exchanges. If you like it, like if you have a positive feedback on it, then next up version will actually release it for centralized exchanges as well. So how it works now, instead of giving you the ability to save custom templates, we actually save you the trouble and do it automatically for you. Any order or bot that you send to the centralized exchanges is automatically saved or turned into a template, and you can actually just repeat it right away, or keep it like pin it forever. So let's look at manual orders first, so you can see how now right now we have this recent section here. So if you go into recent, you can actually see 10 last orders that I sent with all the parameters saved. So let's say, what do we have here? We have a trailing order with trailing at 10%, and a take profit where I'm trying to sell 100% of my position at 10% profit. So I'll just click it, and boom, here you have it. 10% follow, take profit, sells 100% at 10% profit. Or what else do we have? Something more complex. A limit order is actually 3 take profits, right? 50% at 10% profit, 25 at 15, and 25 at 20. Let's click it. What do we have here? That's it. Something else, limit order with stop loss, triggered on webhook, or take profit. 100% again on webhook. Boom, there you have it. And as I said, if you wanna, if basically you'll be sending new orders, it will appear on top, and these orders will be going out of the list. But if you want to actually save any of them, you just pin them, right? So these are the three. Let's say these are the three templates that I use most often. I just pin them and they're saved forever. They will stay here forever. This will be going out. And that also works for DCA bots, right? You switch to DCA bots, same recent section. There you have it, my 10 last DCAs. With actually I have 3 of them already pinned. These are the ones that I use most often. Just click on it and you see this one, or this one is just, any of them. Again, these are the templates that are automatically created for you, and if you want to save them, you basically pin them, right? So we just do the work for you in terms of saving them, actually. I'll repeat myself once again. This is now, it now works only on DEXs. We'll be curious to hear your feedback. Maybe we need to improve something. If that's the good realization, then next up release will release it for centralized exchanges as well. Okay, next feature is something that it's only relevant for centralized exchanges, so it looks there. So now we can improve the user experience for multiple take profits on centralized exchanges. What I mean by that, right now, let's say I want to create 3 take profits, right? And now you can see here we actually show you the actual size of each take profit, right? And what that means is, right, let's say, okay, let's say I don't know, I'll be buying, oh, here you go. So I'll be buying this amount of Bitcoin, right? And now I have actually 3, I split it into 3 take profits, right? I can actually see the size of each. That's kind of one thing. And the second thing is that now you can see the due to round, and actually, we're splitting this one into 3 parts. All of them, they do not add up to like 1.1 Bitcoin, and we actually show you the warning, right? There is like a slight, actually here it looks like it's gonna be the same, but actually due to round, and you can see here there will be a slight portion of it left, and we warn you for it. So first you see the sizes here, and second you get the warning if something is off. And yeah, obviously if you split it into 50, I don't know, 25 and 25, yeah, now you get exact 0.1 Bitcoin, and that's actually great. And if you switch to cost mode, let's say it's 1000 USDT, take profits, to take profits again, we translate it into actual amount of BTC, and again here you see the same warning. It's actually gonna be a bit less, and a bit less than the so you have a small leftover that you'll need to save. So yeah, so it's just something that to be kind of improves the experience. Well, also here we'll warn you if, for example, what do we have here? If, for example, we create a stop loss, right? And let's say, what's the minimum amount? Let's say we are, okay, yeah, we don't have, so the minimum order amount, let's switch to take profits, right? The minimum order value on Binance is 5 USDT, right? So if we add the stop loss, and the stop loss will be at, at 50%, and we'll try to send it, we can actually, we will now warn you that the stop loss will be won't execute, because you were buying here the minimum order amount for 5 USDT, so your stop loss at 50% loss will actually be worth 2.5 USDT, and that's below the exchange minimum. And that we didn't warn you before. Now we're gonna be warning, because we didn't take into account this, basically the price. Now we're gonna be warning you for that as well. And the same for multiple take profits. If any of your take profits will be less than the minimum order size or minimum order amount, we will warn you as well. Okay. All right. So next we have two improvements in centralized exchange bots. So let's see what I have here. Yeah, okay, so let's look at this one. So first, now for centralized exchange bots, we show you the cumulative exchange fees that you paid, right? Kind of same as we do now with DEX bots. Now you can see that this bot for all the orders that it executed, wherever it was, it closed 10 orders. So for these 10 orders, this is the amount, like 3 cents it has paid to the exchange, right? Now it's Hyperliquid, but it works for any centralized exchange as well. Let's see what do we have here. Yeah, okay. Anyway, just trust me on this, right? So it works for both DCAs and grids on any centralized exchange and Hyperliquid. And the second thing is actually particular just to Hyperliquid, as on other centralized exchanges we do not charge our own fees, and on Hyperliquid we do charge the platform fee or the builder fee, right? So we now show it here as well. So this is the cumulative or the total amount of the fees that you pay to us for your bot. So again, this is the exchange fees, right? This is common for all centralized exchanges, and on Hyperliquid it actually shows the fees that the bot paid to the exchange for the all orders, and this is just for Hyperliquid. It's relevant, right? Because we don't charge fees on centralized exchanges, and it shows you the fees that you pay to goodcryptoX, right? Again, all the orders that the bot executed are here. Okay, so this is another thing that we added. And if we staying on the topic of Hyperliquid, something that actually is not technically part of this release, but actually is just released at the same time. So I think you will be interested to know. So now we support the HIP3, or what do you call it, the HIP3, the protocol on the improvement on Hyperliquid. Basically, these are the let's say stocks and commodities, anything. So the external deployers that deploy that on the Hyperliquid. So now you can see the things like what is it like? The silver, right? What the silver is the you can see here. Yeah, we have silver. These are the different deployers on HIP3. So it's silver. Wherever you have here, you have stocks like Tesla, right? I have USA 500. Basically, this is SPY, or S&P 500, basically, right? So yeah, it's just basically kind of seamless. You want to trade silver, you see it. Yeah, the one you want to trade it for USDT, and you just trade it, right? You can see here that we've just added recently. I don't have any USDT for that, but anyway, right. So this is the HIP3 support for Hyperliquid. And last but not least, for those of you who are trading Coin-M, coin marginated futures on Bitget, right? The things Bitget, USD, things like XRP, USD, and other coin marginated contracts on Bitget. Previously, we did not have the PNL calculations write for those types of contracts. We fixed that in this release, thanks to one of the users that pointed to that. So this in general concludes the feature set of releasing with the app 2.4.1. Besides the total complete app redesign and all these improvements that I've showed you in this video, I've also fixed a lot of bugs under the hood, which will be just too many of them to talk about. Unfortunately, probably made some new ones. Anyway, we hope you like the update and stay tuned for new major releases.